On behalf of everyone at WNET, congratulations to Steve Adubato and the Caucus Educational Corporation on 25 great years of broadcasting.
Hi, I'm Bob Iaculo. United Water believes that all citizens need to be informed about the important issues that affect their daily lives. That's why we're proud to support programming produced by the Caucus Educational Corporation and their partners in public television.
This special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by Meridian Health, Wells Fargo, Qualcare Inc., a local managed care company covering 750,000 New Jersey residents, NJIT, New Jersey Institute of Technology, COHNOREZNICK, providing accounting, tax, and advisory services for more than 90 years. NJ Best, New Jersey's 529 college savings plan. Turn a dream into a degree. Berkeley College. And by Verizon Communications. Promotional support provided by the Star Ledger and NJ.com, Everything Jersey. And by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and its monthly magazine, New Jersey Business.
This is One-on-One.
When you first heard that they were doing Charlie Rose and Gayle King, didn't you go, what?
People like laughing at others, so I don't mind if the other is me.
See, you go right into the character. That's what it is.
I'm bringing families together a half an hour each week. Man, I'm doing something special.
And so I do feel successful.
Welcome to WNET's Tisch studio here at Lincoln Center. I'm Steve Adubato. This is a very interesting segment we've never done before on online dating, and listen to this setup. I want to introduce our two guests. First, Jacqui Cooke is senior producer of One-on-One, this show, and her fiancé, they are getting married in June 2014, is Rich Tricarico. How you guys doing?
Great.
Fantastic.
Now, the reason we have you on is not because you are the producer of One-on-One, it's because you've got to be among the most interesting success stories for online dating. You guys met online when?
It was back in January 2012.
Okay. Now, it just happens to be that it was eHarmony, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
But we're not promoting one over the other, but that's a paid service, is it not?
Yes.
Had you been on it before?
One time previously.
I had never been on eHarmony or a paid service before. I did something that was free before, and that was a totally different experience.
Why?
So, you know, with free online dating services, it really feels like it attracts certain types of people there. When you're putting your money into something and investing your money into something, I feel like more people are geared towards, you know, really putting their time and effort, and they're serious about being on that website because they're looking for a relationship or looking to meet people. So that was the different experiences I had on the two.
You know, it's so interesting. I was saying this to you, Jacqui, earlier in the day when we were talking about this segment, that for me, it doesn't register, the idea of doing it. But so many of my friends, even in my generation, who are not married or divorced and are doing it, this is how they meet people. Was there a part of you that said to yourself, this scares me, Rich?
Absolutely.
Which part?
Yeah. Well, first, the fear of being alone my entire life scared me. So I decided to take a chance. And when you fill out your profile, that's when it dawned on me, at least. And I said to myself, wow, I'm filling this entire profile out. Hundreds of questions, and I'm doing it truthfully.
You were doing it truthfully?
Correct.
Well, hold on, devil's
Naive.
advocate. Are you not trying to make yourself as attractive as possible? Which means you're playing down your faults, so how truthful, because we all have them.
Of course.
How truthful could it be?
You know, I was naive, and then I did the best I could to say, hey, listen, this is who I am. Or this has to go out to an audience. And my expectation was I was going to have photos on there, and then ultimately have dates. So you're going to figure out very quickly by looking at my photos, reading my profile, and going on a date whether I lied or not. And to me, that's just not going to work. So I said, you know what, let me do this truthfully. And
Play
I think
straight.
Exactly. And that can be a flaw as well. And I learned that the hard way as well.
Joanna Gagas, our executive producer of program, just informed me. Joanna, give me that statistic again. Get that source, Joanna. 80%. According to Cornell University, again, Ivy League school, right? Mm-hmm. You could lie and say you've gone to an Ivy League school. I went to Rutgers and I lie and say it's an Ivy League school. Here's the deal. According to Cornell study, 80% of people who go online lie about their height and weight and age, which I can't imagine doing. But here's the thing, on their profile. You guys were totally straight about this, honest?
Yeah, you're only hurting yourself if you're lying. If you're really doing it seriously.
Because then they meet you.
Yeah, they're going to find out if you're lying, so it's stupid to do that up front if you're honest about wanting to find love, wanting to meet somebody, then you have to be honest with yourself.
You put a real, I saw your picture was terrific. Your picture is, you're great looking people, right?
Thank you.
But for someone who struggles and is insecure about that, pictures matter a lot?
They do, but everybody's looking for something different. That's
What
why
were you looking for?
I was looking for a man, someone who wasn't a young person, not just on there for whatever reason, but someone that had a steady job, who looked like they had goals and aspirations in their life, who had a good family, who was willing to, we spoke on the phone for a week before we actually met in person. And that was most telling about him. When I saw his profile and his pictures, I said, oh, he's cute, and hey, look, he has a job, and that's all great, but you don't learn that much about them. And then once we started speaking on the phone, we spoke for a week, and we really got to know each other. And then we met for the first time, and I mean, honestly, for both of us, I think we knew at that moment when we first met that it was it for us.
Whoa, time out, Jacqui. First date, where?
First date. I actually did call her on my birthday. I just want to clear that up. So I think that's a huge step.
First call her on your birthday.
First phone call was I called her on my birthday, which I thought was significant, unique. I could be out doing things on my birthday. But
You
I
said, hey,
called
it's
her.
my birthday?
I did not until after she brought it up and said, isn't today your birthday? Why are you calling me?
By the way, that was big points for Jacqui.
Correct.
That she knew, but go ahead.
Which is huge. You know, our first date was interesting because she actually drove to me, which I thought was great. We had some schedule mix-up. She drove to me, and we ended up meeting and went up the street and had dinner. But I was just blown away.
You went to an Italian restaurant.
Went to an Italian restaurant, but the
Which
minute
is a very smart move. Go ahead.
the minute I opened the door and saw her, I was just taken back, and the
You
whole
knew.
night. After our first date, absolutely.
You knew.
Yeah.
Are we doing a disservice by showing people, the two of you, who met online, who had this great experience, talking on the phone, whatever, and then you meet for the first time and you know? This is atypical, is it not, Jacqui?
I think that there are a lot of people that are using these services now, these online dating services, because they get to a point in their lives where, hey, I don't want to go out to a bar anymore and maybe meet a guy there, because you know the people that you're meeting out there 90% of the time are not looking for a relationship. This gives you another option when you get to a point in your life where you say, hey, I want to settle down. I want to meet somebody who's compatible with me, has the same goals, has the same outlook on life. And this is a way to find it. I mean, not everybody's going to find it online. It's a chance and it's a risk that we were willing to take. I was hesitant about it at first, definitely,
Right.
but we were willing to take that chance, and it worked for us.
And the Washington Post did a survey that found that for people who are marriage-minded, that online dating tends to be better for them, more successful for them, as opposed to people who are what?
Serial dating at bars and just going out.
Were you doing that?
You know, I think in my younger years, you know, I work in the city, and where else do you go? You go to happy hour, you meet people, you buy drinks for people, and where does the conversation go from
Is it
there?
still happy these days? Because my wife doesn't allow me to do that.
I don't think it's as happy
Not
as it used to
happy,
be.
right.
But you know, I do think it's important to say this took work. At least, you know, you don't just sign up the first person you meet. It's trial and error, right? And you have to know exactly what you want and be comfortable with what you want as you're dating. Otherwise, you might settle, or it's just not going to work for you.
And real quick, before we finish up the segment, because I know you're concerned about time as our senior producer one-on-one, the mistakes people make, Jacqui, most often are?
I think not giving it enough time. You're going to get matched up with people or paired up with people, and maybe the first date doesn't work, and maybe the second or the third, nice person, but there's no compatibility. I think it's good to give yourself some time on these websites and really sort through the people, and you might get as lucky as both of us got and meet your soulmate and the love of your life and your future husband.
Do you mind, Jacqui, because you are engaged as we're doing the show, do you mind if we allow you to show your ring on the air?
Oh, no.
We got a shot of this, guys? We got a shot of this?
I love my ring. He did a
Not
good
on
job.
me. It's not. This, right there. Oh. Did Rich show you a picture of that online?
No.
Did you say this is what's waiting for you, Jacqui? Did
No. We did some searching together before we picked it out.
Okay. And the wedding is set for?
6/6/14.
Listen, congratulations to both of you.
Thank you very much.
Listen, love can be found, but you got to do it the right way. You got to be honest about your profile, right?
Yes, exactly.
Definitely.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Jacqui always wanted to be on the show. I always wanted to have her, and she needed Rich to get it done. Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this. Congratulations, guys.
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, Email us at info@caucusnj.org. Visit us online at oneonone.org or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD.
You're looking at Mark Simone. He is a very well-known, a very talented, successful radio host. You can hear him every day on WOR 710 Radio from 10 a.m. to noon every day during the week. How you doing?
Very good.
How is it that you can, and you do, stay successful in such a difficult, challenging business on the radio side?
Sheer brilliance. It's just
it is talent.
Well, you do the same thing. It's not being stuck in one mode, one genre. It's being able to follow trends, everything, and keep on top of everything.
Because you're also on New York One.
Yeah.
With Linda
Stacy.
What's the name of that show?
What a Week.
What a Week. It is. You do that once a week, right?
Yeah.
Also, the PBS world knows you as well.
Yeah, I love the one thing about PBS. We don't have to worry about anything. We don't have to worry about this demographic, that sponsor. You can do what you want to do.
Oh, wait a time out. For those of us who bring in underwriting, trust me, we worry.
Oh, a little. But those are usually great foundations and great causes, and you can do. It's only one word you have to worry about: quality. Is it good? It's just good or bad. That's all you have to worry about.
And I'll tell you, for us to be able to do this here at this studio, bring in interesting people, that's the gift that we get. And speaking of, what's fascinating to me, in all seriousness, about the radio industry, and you know I've dabbled.
Well, you've more than dabbled, and we always have you as a frequent guest.
But I love doing it. But one thing I never could figure out is if I ever had to do it every day, how the heck I would keep it fresh. And so as I listen to you used to be at WABC, and now you're at WOR, I think, how the heck does he keep it seriously, that's fresh and going every
toughest
day.
Thing is you
and
have
you did it on Saturdays too, so that's a whole other thing. We did that for years.
I stopped doing the Saturdays.
I know.
But, you know, if you're a stand-up comedian and you happen to ad-lib a funny line or something that works well, you have to remember it. You have to write it down immediately. Make sure you do that every night. Radio's the opposite. As soon as you're done, you have to wipe the slate clean, forget everything you did. You can never do it again because that audience will know when you repeat stuff. You know, when I get done with a show, I can never remember who the guests are. So I thought I was going crazy. I thought I had some kind of mental problem.
Like it's gone?
If you ask me now who was on today, I can't remember.
But you did. We're doing the show in the afternoon.
Yeah.
In March, you did a show today from 10 to 12.
Yeah. So one day I said to Dick Cavett, he was the guest. I said, "Did you ever forget who the guests were right after a show?" He said, "You know, I thought I was going crazy." And he said, one day I was on the Tonight Show, 1969. Right. During the break, I asked Johnny Carson, "Do you ever forget who the guests are?" And he said, "Every night I get home and the doorman says, 'Who was the guest?' And I can't remember." So
apparently that's the thing with great talent, right?
Well, it's the thing with doing a daily show. You got to train yourself to wipe it out, start clean the next day.
Talk about the callers, because you also have a great connection with the callers. And there have been times that guests have not shown up. We were just talking about that. We're not going to mention names. Guests do not show up, or you don't have guests, or you're at a time early in the morning when you did used to do Saturdays. By the way, check out Mark every day, Monday through Friday, WOR 710 Radio, 10 a.m. to noon. And you just got to get it going with callers. And when I've subbed at WOR, there are times I panic and I think, how the heck am I going to get it going? How do you get it going?
Well, first you have to be able to do the whole show, the whole 2 hours by yourself and be fine. Once you
have to assume that.
You have to assume that. Once you know that, you don't worry about anything. I'll give you the first rule of talk radio. Don't state the issue, both sides of it, and just say, what do you think? That's the first thing you never...
That's a mistake?
That's a mistake. Never do that on talk radio. Never give both sides and say, what do you think? Take a side, be passionate about it, argue your side, and then the phones will light up like crazy. That's how...
Because?
You can't be wishy-washy. No, you've got to represent somebody on the air. You've got to take a side. Whether it's a Rush Limbaugh or a liberal host, they're taking a side. That's what lights up the phones. That's what inspires callers.
And talking about taking sides, I've never questioned where you've been on certain issues. And there have been times that I would listen to you on a Saturday morning, or at other times, and I just pick up the phone, you'd say something, I'd say, I want to talk to Mark, and I'm trying to get through, right? It was usually about Obama.
Yeah.
Like, share something about Obama that's a real clear point of view that would be consistent with what you'd say on the radio. Your problem with him, I'd say on the dead.
Yeah.
Because I've heard some things.
Well, listen, let me just point out, I attack both sides. Nobody said...
Oh, no, you do. You're not ideological. I can't predict where you are, but I know where you are once you say it.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
That's
Some people, it bore me because I always know where they're coming from. I hate that.
Yeah.
I like that I know where you're coming from once you say it, But before the show, I don't know.
Yeah, and it's simple common sense. If you owe $16 trillion, the first problem is figure out how to pay for it, how to bring down the debt, not figure out how to run up more debt. I mean, the sequester, look at that cut. It was $43 billion. $43 billion the first year out of $3.8 trillion. You don't know any business that couldn't make that cut easily?
Right.
Without closing airports and stopping every flight and closing the White House?
Crazy stuff. Let me ask you, on the Republican side, can I go through some names real quick? We're doing this in the spring of 2013. By the way, so everyone was in control room. I have no more communication, so we're doing this. I always need to tell them that. We're live to tape, which means we're live, so I have no idea how much time we have. Try this. On the Republican side, way far ahead, 2016, I'll say some names. Give me your reaction.
Right now?
Yeah. Does it matter? Is that a ridiculous exercise?
Yeah, you know why? Because 2 years before 2000, you would not have seen Bill Clinton coming. 2 years... well, actually, 92. 2 years before 2000, nobody saw George W. Bush getting the nomination. 2 years before Barack Obama, nobody. I mean, he was on the horizon, but nobody thought he'd have it.
Why do we do this, Mark? Why do we handicap in such ridiculous ways so far ahead of a race?
Because we have to be on every day and fill the time. You know, when they say the sports columns, you got to write something every day. There's not something every day, but.
So it's interesting, but most of your listeners at WOR don't want to talk inside baseball. They want to talk about things that affect their lives.
It depends. You can go in the weeds if it's something fascinating. If it's a behind-the-scenes look at anything, people love that. Even we talk sometimes just about the radio industry and what we're worried about and how it's changing. You know, people are listening online to music and all that stuff now.
Do the online thing.
Well, Pandora
is,
most people under a certain age, under 30, don't listen to music radio that much anymore. They're listening to Pandora and those kind of services. The car companies are talking about removing AM and FM from the dashboard. You'll just have the internet there with Pandora and that sort of stuff. Now, I found out from people in the industry, the real reason they want to do that is AM and FM is free. If they get you listening to web stuff, they can charge you for the data you're using. They can get into that racket now.
Interesting. By the way, on the digital side, because WOR 710 has a very strong web presence.
Yeah.
How has that impacted what you do?
Well, WOR is owned by Clear Channel. They're like 9 steps ahead of everybody on that stuff.
Clear Channel is the not new owner, but not so new anymore, and there are going to continue to be big changes there.
Top radio company, but they've come up with it's called iHeartRadio.
iHeart.
It's the best music service. It's the best talk service. That's one of the great apps on everybody's phone. That's another thing. Half the audience is now listening on their phone and not on their radio anymore.
How does that change? Does it change what you do every day?
Oh, absolutely.
How so?
Well, let's say when the cell phone came along, changed everything about the show. Because let's say you were on at noon, you pretty much lost people in their cars or you lost people in their office. But now with a cell phone, anybody can call you from anywhere. Or take afternoons, for instance. 90% of the world was in a car and couldn't call you for all those years. So the only callers were the ones out of work at home or that sort of caller. Now everybody on the road calls you. You got a wider range of calls. You got a better range of calls.
There isn't, in a minute or so we have left, there isn't any part of this business that bores you anymore, I could tell. Because when I listen to you as much as I do, you just love it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if you think about it, it's still absolutely fascinating that right now you're talking to millions of people in their living rooms right now. Or when you're on the radio, you're talking to people, and now with the internet, all over the world right now.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. And everybody's Facebook, this and that. Talk radio, we're the original social media.
Well, you keep it going every day. You mind if I plug again?
Yeah.
You can check out Mark Simone on WOR 710 Radio every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon every day. Listen, Mark, it's an honor, a pleasure to have you.
Always great to be with you.
You can also find Mark on New York One, What a Week with Linda Stacy, and also he's been part of the public television world for a very long time, raising money for us. You know, we need it, you know. Listen, thank you, Mark.
Thanks.
Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this.
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Visit us online at oneonone.org, or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD.
Lisa Walker is the managing director of the Newman's Own Foundation, an organization that makes a huge difference with a lot of organizations. Full disclosure, also with public television, you have a big commitment to public television. Describe it.
Well, Paul Newman was a big fan of public broadcasting, and Newman's Own Foundation has been supporting public broadcasting for many years. It fits into our focus area of empowerment, which is all around creating a civil society, public dialogue, And we provide matching challenge grants to public broadcasting stations around the country, really to leverage the Newman Zone brand and dollars to help bring in donations from individuals.
So on behalf of everyone on public television, thank you, because you challenge us to be better and to raise more money on the other hand. But let's talk about these areas where you know what, let's do something else. Before we talk about the areas where you're committed, I don't think people know where the Newman Zone Foundation really comes from. Start talking about it, because I'm like, wait a minute, they're giving 100% of their profits away? Go ahead.
100% of the profits. And it started 30 years ago. Last year was our 30th anniversary. Paul Newman whipped up a batch of his salad dressing recipe, gave it to his neighbors as a holiday gift, and they came knocking on his door 2 months later, literally asking for more. And that created this idea that maybe he should sell it. And so he bottled it, started selling it, and he didn't like the idea of putting his face on the packaging at all, and he was very humble. And so when it actually started to make money...
It's the original.
Yeah, there it is. He said, I can't keep this. I have to give it all away. And to this day, it's now been $370 million in just over 30 years.
But 100%?
100%.
Of the proceeds, the profits, go to the foundation. And the foundation has set up these different areas where they have decided they're going to focus, because you can't be all over. Exactly. What are those areas?
The areas are encouraging philanthropy, which is really core to the mission of the foundation, and it's central to the structure of the organization. As an early social enterprise, giving away all of its profits, we really believe that it's important to encourage people to give, to encourage the entire nonprofit sector. One of the ways we do it is through matching challenge grants. Last year, we gave a challenge grant to a really wonderful organization called Shining Hope for Communities that works to combat poverty in Africa's largest slum, Kibera, in Kenya. And they took a $100,000 grant that we gave them and raised $750,000 in 1 month. In 1 month.
Amazing. And is that?
Yes, that's the Kibera School for Girls.
That's wonderful. By the way, one of the challenge grants, which may go maybe in connection with the empowerment initiative you talked about, is that a $200,000 grant went directly to WNET to challenge us to go out and raise money. Fair to say? Again, challenging organizations. By the way, is that to kickstart an organization, to get them to go out there and to get others to give?
Exactly.
That's the idea.
I mean, and we get these incredible quotes back from stations who say that they have donors who gave because they heard the Newman Zone name and that motivated them to give. There are 1 or 2 stations where we make challenge grants on a more regular basis, and there are people who wait until the Newman Zone challenge comes up.
Let them go
that's
first.
When they give their grant.
Let them go first. Right? Another area that you focus on.
Nutrition.
Nutrition. $5 million dedicated to nutrition, but be more specific.
Well, nutrition, because Newman Zone has been feeding people now for more than 30 years, and we've been making grants in that area for almost as long. And we really focus on increasing access to nutritious food and increasing nutrition education in underserved communities. One example is Wholesome Wave, which is based in Bridgeport, Connecticut, but works all over the country. They started a model program called the Double Value Coupon Program, which brings farmers markets.
What are we looking at right there?
Yep, there it is.
That's how good our producers are. You say it, and there it is. And is that what it is? They bring
farmers markets into food deserts. And
food deserts are communities that do not have access to vegetables,
that fresh food. And they accept double the SNAP benefits, so double the food stamp benefits at the farmers markets. So it's providing a financially viable market for farmers, and it's bringing this nutritious local food into communities that otherwise wouldn't have access to those kinds of foods.
Making a big difference. Another area that we haven't touched on.
Children with life-limiting conditions.
Yeah, that's the one that... Because I think, how do you identify these children? Children with life-limiting conditions. Define that, what that means.
The primary organization that we support through this area is the Serious Fun Children's Network.
The Serious
Fun Children's Network.
Serious Fun Children's
Serious
Network.
Fun. Right. It started with the Hole in the Wall Gang Camp, which was founded by Paul Newman in 1988 in Ashford, Connecticut. It's a camp for kids who have serious illness. There he is at the camp, yeah. Right. Camp for kids who have serious illness, bringing them out of the hospitals. They're no longer patients. They are just kids. They're campers. It transforms their lives. They have fun, and it's all free of charge. And it's now this magical global movement. There are camps all over the world.
Roll the footage and we can talk about it. Talk through what we're seeing.
Yeah, those are the kids sitting around the campfire at the camp. Archery.
They're coming from all over.
All over. And they now, there are camps all over the country. There are camps in Europe. There are global partnership programs in Africa and Latin America.
That's wonderful.
It's really just a magical, fun environment.
And the staff comes from all part of the foundation?
The staff for the camps?
Yeah.
No, they're
you fund the camp.
We fund the camp.
So you don't administer it. You find these organizations and say, we're going to fund you because we believe in you.
Exactly.
It's obviously a competitive process for them to get those grants.
Yeah.
How did you get into this?
Luck.
I'm always curious how people get into these great situations where they can make such a huge difference.
I started my career at Altria. I directed corporate contributions there for many years. I left Altria and worked at Chase for a couple of years, did similar work. Then I came back to Altria, and then I had my own consulting business. And then the opportunity at Newman's Own came across my radar screen at a time when it was just perfect opportunity for a new professional challenge. Personal timing worked out perfectly, so it's great.
How rewarding for you is this?
It's incredibly rewarding. I mean, one of the favorite parts of my job is going out and visiting the nonprofit organizations that are doing this work. I always say that people who are working for and volunteering for nonprofit organizations are today's heroes. They are the ones who are transforming lives on a daily basis.
And to be able to help them do that makes all the difference. And I want to thank you for joining us and making a difference, and also being so supportive of public television. You challenge us to be better. Thank you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System. Funding has been provided by Meridian Health, Wells Fargo, Qualcare Inc., NJIT, New Jersey Institute of Technology, COHNOREZNICK, NJ Best, Berkeley College, and by Verizon Communications. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.
A business relationship with Sun National Bank is the difference between night and day. A great energy rises from New Jersey. It's the pulse of industry, the tempo of technology, the pace of today's entrepreneurs, the best of tomorrow. It's the sound of progress, and we're the bank that's powering it. The financial fuel behind thousands of commercial and small businesses just happens to be Sun. We're Sun National Bank. The difference is night and day.